Hey beautiful souls, welcome to my YouTube channel, Blissful Metamorphosis. Today I want to talk about self-sabotage. We self-sabotage when we victimize ourselves. We criticize ourselves. This is a form of hatred. So we criticize ourselves because we're not perfect. We're perfectionists. So every time that we fail, we're the first ones to put ourselves down. Okay, so this is not only self-hatred, but this is self-sabotage. So self-sabotage is a way in which we make ourselves the victim. Okay, we criticize ourselves and we're very harsh with ourselves. Now, addictive and destructive behaviors is something that we learned when we were small, when we were growing up. Maybe there was abuse. Maybe we grew up in a home where we had violent parents or siblings, family members, or friends of friends. These were just people that were around us when we were growing up. Maybe they used destructive words against us. Maybe they used destructive behavior that we witnessed growing up, and this became something that we practiced because we were conditioned that way. This is why it's easy for someone to victimize themselves and to abuse themselves with words and addictive behaviors because, they were abused this way when they were growing up. So it becomes like a cycle. These addictive and destructive behaviors can be anything, really. It could be alcohol. It could be sex, drugs, work, bad friends, anything that devalues you, basically. It's like being stuck. This is why a lot of people try to fill this void inside of their heart, their soul, their mind, their spirit with these addictive behaviors that seem normal because it fills this void where this pain is, this emptiness, okay, this isolation, this fear, this guilt, this shame. These are all lower vibrations on the emotional scale, okay? We victimize ourselves. We devalue ourselves. By victimizing ourselves and devaluing ourselves and keeping ourselves down, lower than everybody else, is how we survive, okay? So these traits, when it comes to self-sabotage, self-hatred, devaluing ourselves, putting ourselves down, these habits, this is how we learned how to survive. Maybe you wonder, why would it be... I think I hear someone screaming outside. Not sure. Ignore. We learned how to survive. We learned how to... Sorry about that. We learned how to survive by being this way. It was easy for us to survive this way. Those of us that have been abused in the past, it was very, very easy to survive this way because we built up like this callus, this wall, where we're no longer our true self. We don't even know what true self is. We've lost that innocence. So we learned this false way of being, this false self. Okay, and what does the false self do? It learns to cope. It learns to survive. in an environment that is hostile. So when people hurt us, it's not going to hurt as much because we're calloused. We've built this wall. So we're used to this pain, okay? It's very sad, but it's true. It's really this mechanism of survival. So it's easy to hurt ourselves because other people have already hurt us. They've already tainted our spirit. We came here as children being sinless almost, perfect almost in our view of the world. And it was molded for us. And unfortunately for some of us, this wasn't pretty. There was a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma. So I talked about being stuck in this cycle of self-abuse, self-victimization. You know, we were conditioned to victimize ourselves. So we make ourselves the victim. Long after trauma in the past has been left there, many years into the future, as we fast forward up until this present moment, we continue to victimize ourselves. Maybe these people are no longer in our life and we're older now, but we're stuck in a cycle, okay? We're stuck in this depression. It's like we're drowning and there's nobody to help, but there is. And it starts with you. It starts with you. You are the answer to yourself, okay? Stop hating yourself. Stop it. Hating on yourself and your imperfections and your downfalls and your mistakes isn't going to help you move forward. Move forward. You have to go back in time. And you must allow yourself to mourn, to grieve what you feel you lost. Maybe you lost your innocence as a child. Maybe you lost your parents. Maybe your parents got divorced and you wanted them to stay forever together. Maybe you lost your home. Maybe you didn't have the clothing that you wanted. Your family was poor. Maybe people looked down on you at school and made fun of you and bullied you because you were different. Maybe your biological father or mother left you and you never knew them. Maybe your father walked away. I don't know what your story is, but allow yourself to grieve. Write it down on a piece of paper. Go back to that age where you learned to hate on yourself. What was happening? It's painful, I know, and it hurts to go back. But you can do it. Go back to when you were that age and you were hurt the most. Write it down. Cry about it if you have to. And let it go, release it. Burn the piece of paper. We don't feel worthy. We hate ourselves. And because we don't feel worthy and we hate ourselves, being happy and letting other people love us is foreign. It's uncomfortable, it's painful. So we self-sabotage. We push people away. It's important to grieve what we lost in childhood or as a teenager or whatever age we were. It's important to go back and write it down and grieve so that we can release and let go. Maybe we'll never forget about it, but we don't have to live in the present as if our yesterday was happening now. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's not here yet, and all you have is today. This present moment. Practice unconditional love. As you grieve your past, your trauma, love yourself unconditionally as you are. Release the past bit by bit. Train yourself to let go. Easier said than done, right? But is holding on to this past, to this pain, serving you? Is it helping you move forward? Is the self-loathing and wallowing and reminiscing and playing the same broken record in your head like a rap song helping you? No, it's time to let go. It's time to move forward. Be present and focus. Focus on things that make you happy. Keep your thoughts and your emotions positive. We need to vibrate high, okay? And the higher vibrational emotions are joy, motivation, inspiration, feeling worthy, feeling hopeful, feeling like you have value, like you matter, attracting positive people into your life. You know, you just have to vibrate high, embrace the present, and start creating your future in the present. Stay strong in your mind and your heart. And I will talk to you next time. Namaste.